2 days of playing. Couldn't get a 15 done. I felt pretty disappointed. And I was ready to call it quits. I mean, you don't actually believe that, right? We win again, of course. Can't sleep without doing the 15. I think it's possible. Urge. Oh, we missed the first Rebellious Fist. That's ouchie. Gonna kick that burden. Gonna leg sweep here, and we taunt her. A bit too late, so I just got the monk killed. Still trying to get in that habit of taunting her when he spawns. He's like LOS around the corner. Stop. Come on. He's like glitched in the floor. Actually couldn't hit him. It was very odd. Oh, I hate when we hit him with a bunch of slows. I'm losing aggro on him. There you go. Yeah. Just keep losing aggro on him. Face these into the ledge so that no one gets hit by the frontal. I have my Arcane Torrent. Purged it, that's good. Someone else got the weapon. Alright, and then we CC Mender here. Put the Goliath in. Green ability right away. Steel Brew. This time I'm just going to interrupt the Goliath since the Shaman didn't get it last time. Ox as well. I know it's more ideal. I'm pretty sure it's more ideal to use your Ox after your curing ability is about to expire. Because the Oxes don't like stack the stagger reduction or whatever. But we're just kind of using it for damage and to get it on cooldown, to be honest. I feel like it's fine. That. Wyatt doesn't have any energy, so I'll just taunt this guy over. Purge the weapon off. Grab the weapon. And we're going into the boss. Celestial Brew. Very awkward to have those over there. I'll just taunt her over. CD easier to kill, I guess. Taunt her when I can. Follow the bird. Use my trinket here and Fort Brew since we're still tanking. Watch out for the slam. They'll have Fort Brew going, and then the boss is going to go up, so I can save Dampen Harm. And save my curing ability for when the boss comes down. Just going to Celestial Brew now, so I don't lose my stacks. Kind of unfortunate timing, but that's okay. I mean, it's pretty much, yeah, it's just getting fully wasted anyways, so. Okay, though. We have other stuff to work with, so I just curing ability here. Can also dampen harm, and then run over here. And I drop my Transcendence on the ground. And we'll have our Celestial Brew up here. Use that right away. Follow the bird. A health pot here just to stabilize as we're running over. Use my Ox since the curing ability is starting to wear off. Spell harm after that hit. Follow the bird. Now we're back to just doing damage the whole time. Ooh, that Shaman almost died. Gonna step in this stuff really quick just to build a tiny bit of stagger so I can reset my stacks. Use my trinket. Celestial Brew. Follow the bird. And we touch death and we're all good. I'm going to mark it and tell them where to LOS. Wait till they get in position. And that's good enough. Pull that, pull that. I lost aggro on a ton of stuff. We hit it way too soon. This is so bad. I got aggro on some of it again. Just hit it way too soon so it all jumped away. So just losing aggro on all of it. I'm gonna try to get aggro on everything and then bring it back into the corner. Now we LOS and they should come back in. There we go. Then we leg sweep. Celestial Brew here. Let me go do the cat pull. Making much better time than the 15. Actually making very good time. We're like really far ahead. Celestial Brew, taunt the Praetor. Big smash the cat so I don't lose aggro. It's my Ox here, and I guess I should have defaulted to carrying ability first, but that's okay. My trinket. Taunt the cat I'm losing aggro on. Target the Praetor. And here I can ring a piece. The tiger's away. Ideally I use that before the Praetor jumps away next time, so that they're all that way they stay stacked up. The more we can keep the Praetor stacked with the cats, the better. A little more damage. Fort Brew here just for this pull. We're targeting No, we got woe. I accidentally hit it one time and I think that's what caused it. That sucks. Don't need to run all over the place, buddy. That's fine, the damage reduction won't be the worst thing ever. If anything, we can just pull the pat with it also. DC the inspired, but I think we're just gonna pull this just to be safe, because we're doing plenty fine on time, so we don't need to be in a big rush. Might ring a piece here. It should block the Praetor. Okay, he dashed to a good spot anyways. Use Trinket, use Dampen Harm. I have kick here. Looks like it's gonna go through. That's okay. Doesn't do that much damage, especially with low. Celestial Brew here. Interrupt this other one when it casts. Celestial Brew. Gonna save my Ox for the next bowl because it's usually pretty nasty. Go over to the Praetor. It's still staying alive for quite some time. I'm just gonna use Ox. That way we have it back up for maybe the spear pull. Right. This, target the skirmisher. Celestial Brew. Like sweep the Ether Divers. Kind of ring a piece the skirmisher back to us. Purge that off. On so remember that. Pick up the weapon. And paralysis that to interrupt it. Good. I don't know if we picked up the weapon. I'm the only Kyrian, so we did not pick up the weapon. Pretty sure I can just roll off this and I'll fly back up right here. It's probably longer anyways. Just forgot the spear. I'd rather just grab it and not do that pull without a spear. Sounds very sketchy. There's an inspired. Just used to all the previous Spires keys we've had someone who's picked up the weapon every time. Alright, now we just start killing this stuff, and then we'll spear when the Praetors or when the Ether Divers get here. I'm gonna LOS this Praetor. Should walk up here, I think. There he goes. Now we throw a spear, we missed a kick. I got a really bad camera angle there. The Ox here, probably should have waited on the Ox. Celestial Brew. Not good. Lost all of our AoE damage because the monk died. Gonna ring a piece because we're gonna need to. Oh, the Goliath actually doesn't have 50 energy, so we're good. Gonna dampen harm here. On my little Kyrian guy to get a potion. Oh, we lost another player. This sucks. Celestial Brew. I feel really tanky. I don't know if it's just because we have a Resto Druid, but I feel very, very tanky compared to the previous key. Maybe I'm just playing this dungeon better, but I think it's because of the Resto Druid. I think Resto Druids are just very good at healing Brewmasters. His Hots just work very naturally with Stagger and stuff. Okay, that's fine. That was not a very good pull, but still totally fine. We're fine on time, which is what matters. We just need a +1. We can piece the Praetor towards us, and then when the squad leader starts moving, we can taunt him over. Get them stacked back up faster. Just gonna do this whole pack. I felt pretty tanky this whole dungeon. It's Ox, he's our trinket. Oh, felt tanky this whole dungeon until now. Wonder if we can like LOS this Praetor over here. We can. Okay, that's actually sick. And then we can just walk back out and start fighting them. And then if the Praetor dashes away again, we can just do the exact same thing. Pick that. I'm just gonna walk to the Praetor because he's not too far away. Bring a piece. Dampen harm here. Really need to kick stuff. Kick that in. Bring it over to the Praetor. Celestial Brew. Squad leader still needs to die. Kick up again. Last here. We'll start with the boss over here on the far side so that we're away from range. Oh, I just lost my Celestial Brew stacks. Always right as I start paying attention to it. Taunt her. And then we're going to do the little triangle pattern thing here. We have 2 melee. So I'll move over here to this side. And then the last one, after the boss dashes again, we'll move to where the range are right now, like where the Druid and the Warlock are. Right about now, keep the boss here.
Your sight is your downfall. From the shadows, I witness
Leave my Ox here, mostly just for damage, because this boss there's not much to tank. You really don't take that much damage tanking. Let the first one go off, and then we'll bring the boss over here. And then again, we'll go to like right where the Resto Druid is after this, or in between the Resto Druid and the Warlock again.
You cannot match my alacrity.
Little triangle.
Witness radiance. From the shadows, I witness your demise. You cannot match my alacrity.
And we'll go over this way. Oh.
My celerity is second to none. I have failed.
And I gotta remember to grab Spear here because I'm the only Kyrian. Probably just use it on the double angel pole upstairs. Hopefully we don't get stuck in that combat loop that happened last key with all the quaking deaths. That was so rough. Yep, there we go. Okay. Yeah, it looks like he's the only one who got in combat. Oh, I got hit by something. I think we're okay though. Looks like the Druid's rezzing. I'm just gonna stay here till my debuff goes away. There we go. Okay, looks like the rest. Not gonna do the fancy pull, we're just gonna pull it one at a time. I'm gonna stun that before all those hurls go off because we had to move out for quaking. And then we'll just get the other side done as well, so we don't forget. People start hitting them way too soon. It's so unlucky. Kind of just have to brute force it at that point, where we just let people get hit by the hurls and we just kind of do our best to group it up as best we can. And taunt the boss all the way back here. And we're going to force the stomps to happen, so hopefully people move out of the way. This monk might be standing in it on purpose to defuse. If it is, that's some high level tech in a 14. Step out. Yep, Druid gets seated. Druid's probably dead. Nope, didn't get hit. That's lucky. I'm gonna wait to let him stomp, just so we don't get that weird overlap. Actually, we're more than fine here, because he's gonna do another ability. And then he'll still... Oh, no, 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 no. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Oh my gosh. I almost messed that up so badly. I'm gonna tell them to move out of the way. I'm gonna stay here in melee, and then we're just gonna soak as they come in. Okay, well, the Shaman's soaking too. And then I'll Fort Brew. And then we'll wait a little bit, take a little more damage, health pot or healthstone. And then I'll Celestial Brew towards the end. And then we don't want to have stomps happen here. We want to not have any stomps. We get another burn phase. You know, so in order for the stomps to not happen, I can't walk under the boss to drop the pools. I have to go like around the boss. It seems like. So I just did it wrong. Celestial Brew here. Yeah, so you have to do that. I have to like get all the way behind the boss's hitbox before he drops the debuff. Yeah, we messed it up. That's okay. We just start forcing stomps now to get the phase as soon as possible. Because now he's not going to do it. So I think it's 20... I think it's 25 energy, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Here comes the burn. Okay, Warlock soaking, I guess. Nope. Okay, I'm soaking. Touch of death soon. Nope, never mind. He killed it really fast. I think the other monk touched. We could double the first two angels, but I think we're just going to play it safe. I'll let them know you save lust for the boss. Let them know to save lust for the boss, and then we'll just do one angel at a time. I forgot it's the middle one that's technically better to do better first, so that you don't get charged spears, you just get frontals. Oops. You get all of these in melee, it's gonna be so obnoxious. Yay, one in range. Let's go. To avoid the frontals. Once they start casting, you can move out of the way and they won't hit you, so he doesn't turn or anything with the frontal. I'm gonna move him a little bit away from that spear. And then we're gonna spear this last angel. There we go. Use our curing ability here for a lot of damage. This is taking forever to die. Definitely a good thing we saved the spear for this and didn't double pull, because this is actually pretty rough. Alright. Alright, here we go.
The age of the Forsworn is at hand.
On her.
I will strike you down.
And then I should be able to taunt her over. I want to try to bait this next charge.
I will strike
Nope,
you down.
no good. I can taunt her back over. Of course now when we get targeted it's in a bad spot. That's mostly just because of quaking, I feel like.
I control the power of Bastion itself.
Put my Transcendence down, go get a far orb,
Be gone from this
and
place.
teleport. And then I'll just wait here till they bring in all the orbs.
Use it to bring her
Spam
down.
clicking and spam throwing. There's the lust. Try to bait the first run through towards the wall. There we go, nice.
Pierce your heart.
Bring her in the barrier. And then just be ready for the next run through. Space her towards the wall. Just Fort Brew here. Don't really like tank cooldowns are not that important here, so we're just kind of using them. Nice, got another good bait. And we'll bring her up to like the top of the barrier. That way I can stand in another good position for the bait. Celestial Brew that explosion. Nice, we keep getting targeted by. That's so good. Bring her back up, face her down towards the wall again. I have Abyssal Detonation, then this is immediately followed by run through, so we want to be in a good position right off the bat. Okay, it goes the other way. We just taunt her back over. Bring her back out a bit.
The spires obey my command.
Put our Transcendence back down. Grab one of these far orbs and teleport back. And we're spam clicking.
Mortals, take up my spear.
Shaman still has an orb.
Please make your request.
And we throw. That was almost bad. If we would have wiped there, that would have been it. Like, we probably don't time the key if we wipe. Been big sad. I shouldn't have touched a death. I keep forgetting about the execute.
Strike you down.
And we'll wait, and then we'll taunt her back in. Stamp and harm. Trying to bait this run through into the wall.
I will strike
Nope.
you down.
We did it! 14. Nice. What 15 did we get? Is it doable for the night? Theater of Pain? That's not terrible, but it's pretty terrifying. Not terrible, but terrifying. Ooh, another cloak. And more gloves. All we've been seeing. So we did in fact end up calling it there after the 14. It was really late at night. It was like 2 or 3 in the morning when I was doing that key. And I was definitely done. So we called it for the night and we opened our vault the next day. Alright, it is Tuesday. Let's open up this vault. All comes down to this. I hope we get something sweet. We had a plus 14 done at the end of the week. That's what we ended up with, so we still get a pretty solid item. Oh boy, please. Haste verse, that's not terrible. It's not the greatest thing ever. Ideally, we don't get haste, but verse is still good. Got very good bracers that are verse mastery. Those would technically be better, but they are lower item level, and I think at this point we just go for item level and don't worry about the stats so much. So we take the 275 pants, I believe. I believe that is the correct choice. And we are also going to get a plus 14 keys. It's a Theater of Pain on Fortified Sanguine Grievous. Be an interesting tanking week. It'd be pretty fun though.
May I assist?
Alright. Put on the new pants. Puts us up to 237 eye level. We do need to do a handful of dungeons before we have enough Cosmic Flux to upgrade our next legendary, so that's what we're going to kind of wait on doing. That'll hopefully happen this week. And yeah, let's go ahead and go get this theater done.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, we are on week 2 of playing the Brewmaster Monk. This is the first key that we got out of our vault. So we are doing a plus 14 Theater of Pain. Here's the gear so far. We are going to be skipping this first pack, or at least I hope so. Ask the rogue to sap this contender, and then we just walk by it. And we can also shroud. That works totally fine as well. We'll pull this Bloodhorn in, and then I'll go into the boss. I'll start immediately with the Fort Brew and my Ox. Need to keep aggro on everything. I'm going to target Sethel just for the next Searing Death that gets cast, and I'm going to kick that. We basically want to be kicking that as much as we possibly can, because the more we kick that ability, the less damage our group will take. I am going to try to save Dampen Harm just for a little bit if I can. So instead I use my Trinket. Now we're back on Desia, and then whenever our kick's available, so like right now our kick is available, I'll sit on Sethel, but now he has the shield, so we can actually just not worry about him, and now we can spend some of our kicks on Passerin instead, because while that shield's active on Sethel, you can't kick him. And now we can interrupt Sethel again, so I'll kind of camp Sethel until he does a Searing Death, to keep the bosses mostly grouped up. There's a Searing Death, we kick that. And we have a big Celestial Brew. We still have a health pot. We're killing these bosses very evenly. I think people are just targeting different mobs. Typically, you want to kill Desia first, because she is the most deadly to the tank. We'll just Touch of Death Sethel, and Ring of Peace that off the person. Pretty much just always rotate Ring of Peace and Paralysis, but it's ideally not the best to have the tank do it, just because I want to be using my globals in order to survive. But if we have to, then it's totally fine. And we actually managed pretty well there. That was not that bad at all. That felt pretty good for our item level. There we go. Within 2 minutes, that's very quick. Since we have our 2-minute CDs back up, I am going to go to the Gore Chop Wing first, I think. And we will do a pull there, because we want to line up to where we get Lust on a boss. And if we go straight into a wing and then just go straight to the boss, it's going to make it to where we probably get to that boss way before the 10-minute mark to use Lust again. I'm going to say this way, then back, and we're going to go to Gore Chop Swing. We're pretty much going to pull everything in this room with our 2-minute cooldowns, and then we will turn around and go a different way to a boss. I'm just going to Chi Burst down the whole hallway, aggro everything, pop my Trinket, pop Celestial Brew, put a Ring of Peace back here so they can't walk back there, and then I'll leg sweep as I see more casts going off. I'll try to taunt to keep aggro on it. I'll dispel myself. Use my Necrolord ability here. And that was very clean and very, very, very easy. That was very good for a pug. That went very well. The Hunter is pretty much doing all of our group's damage. I think he has like the highest main IO or something. Yeah, he has 3k on his main. So we're pretty much just playing around him, which you can essentially think of hunters as 3-minute cool or 2-minute cooldown classes, even when they're Kyrian, because that's when they have all their main abilities, as far as I'm aware. I'm gonna get this banner, and then I am going to put my Transcendence here. And then while everyone makes their way over here, we're just gonna hit some of these. I'm gonna try to aggro more rather than less, and then we're gonna go over here because I'd rather do a big pull first and then a smaller pull afterwards. But this can be incredibly deadly. So what we're gonna do is the Warlock just stunned. Once they're all in here, I'll kind of Ring of Peace them to interrupt them slightly again, and then we'll follow up with a leg sweep. I'll Fort Brew here. They're kind of all aggroed to other people because I just don't do enough damage to maintain aggro. This is looking a little bit sketchy. I'm gonna LOS up here around the corner so that they follow me. And then I will LOS back down. And this is not the most ideal strategy, but getting them to get around the corners, all you have to do is just the tank needs to LOS them. And then we'll kind of interrupt, and then now we can start walking down the pathway, and they'll kind of just follow us, and we can finish them off. We just need to be careful of these new ones. It looks like the hunter's kind of hitting them early. That's fine. Just Tiger's Lust ourselves and LOS around the corner again over here. Use our Ox. Egg Smash. Use our Necrolord ability, Bone Dust Brew. And then just keep following up with Breath of Fire, Keg Smash, Purifies, so on and so forth. And they're all dead, very easy. Onto the Portal Guardian. Keep myself up before the Soul Storm so that the healer doesn't panic about my health or anything. Purifying. And if we need to, we can throw like an off heal here to somebody. Feel like they need it. Gonna use my Bone Dust Brew here so that maybe it's back up in time for the next Portal Guardian, which is like the next important pull. I'm gonna grab this and go right. Go ahead and Arcane Torrent both of these. Kick one, bring it into the other one so that they're nice and stacked up. Use all of our kicks so I can use like a Ring of Peace next if I need to. Looks like we do, just to get him out of the Sanguine. And then we go into the next pull. This is usually on Fortified Weeks. This is going to be probably one of the most dangerous pulls that you can do besides that Gore Chop pull that we already got done. This is like the next most dangerous pull you can probably do on Fortified Week, even if you're just doing these three in the middle here. So we want to, again, try to really carry the crowd control. So I'm going to interrupt this Bone Spear, and then I'm going to Paralysis the Soulbinder when he does that cast. I'm going to use Dampen Harm early, Celestial Brew so that the healer does not have to think about me whatsoever, and then we Leg Sweep. Can't interrupt that as far as I'm aware. I didn't have anything available. I'm going to taunt the Guardian out of the Sanguine, pick that, move the Guardian away from the Soulbinder that's dying. And a Chi Burst through everybody in the party to try to do a little bit of extra healing. Now we'll go this way. Grab this. Kick. Their Bone Dust Brew here. If the spikes are ever targeting us, not the spikes, but the the Bone Spears, if those ever target us, like right there, we can just kind of let them go through and we don't have to actually interrupt them. But if they're targeting other players, that's when we definitely want to interrupt them. Just pick him out. Grab the orb. We're gonna go right. Wait till everybody gets here. And I believe, yeah, I have Arcane Torrent up, so we'll go into this. We'll Arcane Torrent. We'll kick one of the Magus so that they walk in. Even if it's just a regular cast, that's okay. Because we can rely on other stuff to kick these Bone Spears. So like here, I can Leg Sweep that one. Here, I can Ring of Peace that one. Here, they should just die. And then we'll bring this guy into the next pull. Use my Ox. And now I have my kick back up, so I'll kick this one. And the next one, we should be able to interrupt. Now we have buff, so that's like when I shouldn't use most of my CC. I should just have us relying on mostly kicks, because they're coming up so fast off cooldown. And we're going to bring this guy all the way over here. No Arcane Torrent, but we can kick. And then the other one I can Ring of Peace, because it was about to go off. And then we can leg sweep. All about just rotating stuff over and over. We can paralysis one. Can't do anything to the other one. And I have my kick back up, so I'm just kind of waiting to see what we need to do. I'm gonna just kick this so I can walk it out of the Sanguine. Go up here. Interrupt that Necrotic Bolt. I'm gonna just use my Fort Brew here so the healer doesn't have to worry about my health very much. And I'm gonna Paralysis to interrupt that Bone Spear. Use Ring of Peace to interrupt that and move it out of the Sanguine. Watch out for the Tornado. Then we have our regular kick back up. Probably going to bring the Soulbinder out from the Dark Speaker because the Dark Speaker doesn't like to move very often. So we just pull the Soulbinder away from him before he dies. And we'll just Touch of Death here. I'm just going to tell them to Lust on Pull. Usually you wait until the little portals happen, but because of how fast we're moving, it's not necessarily worth it to wait because we're probably going to get to the next boss before our Lust is even back up, so it's better to just get it on cooldown as soon as possible on a lower key like this. And we go. This boss, literally nothing happens the whole entire fight as a tank. So our job is to do as much damage as we can, and then off heal if we need. So like if we see these debuffs, we can throw like a Vivify out or something, just to kind of help out. Taunt here. And we'll just dampen harm while Ur's alive, since we take extra damage. Get the spam peg smashes during this. I didn't even notice that. And from here, we'll go to Zav's Wing. That'll take longer than the Gorechop Wing. We're just going to pull this pack. We will kill the Arbalest first. And then as soon as the Arbalest is dead, we will pull the next mob. We definitely want to wait until the Arbalest is dead. I'm going to use Leg Sweep here so that the healer can kind of catch up with the Jagged Coral so we don't get two that are kind of overlapping on top of each other with the bleeds on players. And now I will run down here while they finish those off. We got the bad one. We got the very, very bad one. I don't know if I can double pull these, but we're going to go for it. Just for the challenge. Pull them up here. This is gonna hurt a lot because you get a tanking debuff from this one over here, even, and then you take a lot of single target damage from the other guy. Yeah, I got myself way in too deep. Because I'm in too deep. I think what we do there is I just need to press dampen sooner because was spawned too, so I get like the debuff, plus I have the armor smash, plus I have this guy just absolutely owning me. So it's just a mix of all their abilities, especially with combined. It just makes me take so much extra damage with alive. If we can kill then this is definitely recoverable. So I'm gonna Touch of Death And then now I should be okay. I still am gonna take a lot of damage, especially once is expired. We're in a lot of trouble. But if we focus Star, then we should be good. We just like focus kill one. I'm gonna use my Celestial Brew here. And we can actually outrange this guy, so he's gonna do the Savage Fury, and we can we can outrange him, and he won't actually hit us with it like he did right there. And then now I'll stand over here, and when he does the next one, I will teleport to my Transcendence that I put down, and then I can outrange it again. So here I'll teleport away, and then I'll just roll, and then we outrange him the entire time. Now we go back on them. I am going to take one more though, but I have a big Celestial Brew, so we should be okay. I press it here. And then again, if we need to, I can outrange it here, so I can just Tiger's Lust myself and start running with one roll. One roll is plenty to get yourself away from it if you combine it with like a Tiger's Lust or Transcendence. And then now they should be dead. And if we're going to get another one, I can just Dampen Harm it, which I'll just do just to be safe. So, cool. That was actually really good. For a plus 14 with this low of gear, being able to tank these was really good. And we definitely did not do it properly at the start. So from the start, the next time that we do this key unfortified and want to double pull those, we just make sure we use our defensive ahead of time, like as we're kind of doing the pull, not later, because when spawns, we just start taking a lot of damage. Proud. Those imps are going to aggro the Arbalist. Yeah, no. You have to distract typically. I think there I should have just I should have Ring of Peace before we passed them, and we would have been okay. Because we distracted them in the wrong spot, so I just needed to Ring of Peace, and we would have been actually totally fine. Just gonna keep myself healthy here, ring these out of the Sanguine, and then hopefully all of these die kind of at the same time, because a lot of them will not like to move. There we go, perfect. Got the easy one here, that's good. As a tank, you should be able to usually stand in these whirlwinds. I don't know if that changes at higher key levels. Holy moly. Okay, maybe we just don't stand in the whirlwinds just to be safe, because that hurt. Oh, Ur's running amok. I just have to get used to tanking with being alive, because I'm just not used to getting the debuff, so I need like a weak aura or something that yells at me when is casting the tank smash. And like how long I have the debuff, I need to add it to like my tank debuffs. Because it makes everything hit so hard on you. Like you'll just start randomly dying to things that you're not used to dying to as a tank. Which I think is my problem. I've not tanked very much in Season 4 at all, or Season 3, so I'm just not used to dealing with and the increased damage debuff that you get. Alright, here we go. Looks like we're only gonna get one more use of Lust. That's what it's looking like. I'm gonna Fort Brew here, because is alive. Bring the boss over to the flag. Feel they're a little bit late there. That's okay. Not gonna move the banner because the boss is already dead. Oh, I missed the roll. If you roll while you're up there on that ledge, you can go flying and get such a huge lead. Cool, now we just go in the Gorechop wing. We technically could lust here, but I think we're going for the 2 chests, so we just save it. Still have 1 minute on our buff, so actually 2 minutes, so I'm just gonna wait till we come back up to grab it. Now that I remember, we failed that last skip, so we can actually skip the trash packs before Gorechop. The 2 that you usually see people pull into Gorechop, we can actually skip those. So we'll just lust on the final boss, I think. We should be able to skip them at least, I'm pretty sure. Okay. It's gonna be, looks like we're going left. Well, we accidentally used Shroud, so hopefully we have invis pots. If we don't, we're just gonna have to go way over count now. Which definitely happens, that's okay. Might be better for like these lower pug keys to just not do any Shroud skips whatsoever and just do routes where we're just holding W through the dungeon. Even though it kind of sucks for lust timing, especially in lower keys, because you just get really bad lust timings. Especially in like Theater of Pain. I'm not gonna make it in time. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just pull everything. Right at this point. Paralysis to interrupt that because I couldn't walk into it to kick it because the what's his name, this guy, the Rancid Gas Bag, was doing a big cast. And take these into the boss and then we'll lust so we don't die. Go. I'll just dampen harm first. Health pot. Haunter. And then deconstruct, so we fort brew. Heal myself. Use my trinket now that we don't have to move around too much. Move the boss out of Sanguine. Pick that meat shield. Oh, I had him in a very bad spot. That was my fault. Myself. Get the boss out of Sanguine again. Need to be way better about that. Get the boss for like 10% of his HP with both those Sanguines. That was my fault. Need to be more aware of when it's happening. Celestial Brew. Hopefully the healer can catch up here. Dampen harm here. Had the boss in another really bad spot. That was my fault. Use my trinket. Use Zen Med for that hit. It cancels it, but it does work for the initial hit, I do believe. Give me Touch of Death. Back up. Grab that banner. And then we just have last boss, which is probably, yeah, it's definitely doable in less than 4 minutes, even with no lust. Pork Chop took 2 minutes with lust and 2 trash packs, and he got healed by Sanguine, so looking like a 2 chests. And if we're already going to be doing 16s and sub 240 item level gear, that's a little intimidating. I think the goal for this week, for our second vault coming up, is just to get at least 4 dungeons completed at level 15 or higher. So just getting 2 options that are 15 and above would be really nice. Because that's how we're going to start gearing, is just by giving ourselves as many options as we can in a suitable time frame. And then just kind of farming that each week until we have a little more item level, and then we start pushing ourselves after that. But I do want to get some more eye level before I push like beyond 15, 16 range. I think 16s is where we'll max out currently. And just take it slow and just kind of farm for a little while. Like a week or 2. So we get some good items, get some good vaults. And then we can push ourselves further. Celestial Brew for this Reaping Scythe. And for this one, we kick one and Ring of Peace another, just to kind of group them up as much as we can. And then we bring the boss over to this last one that's not getting kicked in.
You shall be swept into oblivion. Your wanton slaughter will be returned.
Celestial Brew for this AoE explosion. Watch out for the Tokyo Drifters. We use Fort Brew here. This out. Pick mine. Ring of Peace of far one. Bring the boss kind of in the middle, and then work our way to the outside, the ones that didn't get kicked. And there we go. With ease, we got the +2. Oh, we got an item, and it's so good. It's the Verse Mastery Ring. Let's go. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We actually are getting items. Oh, that's such a good ring. That's so much versatility. Literally adding, what was our old ring? No versatility. So we literally just got almost 200 versatility just flat out. And it's a 262 item. That is absolutely massive. Yeah, that is so good. GG's. Sorry I didn't say it sooner. And what key did we end up with? We ended up with a... What did I get? What did I get? Where is it? A 16 Sanguine. That is very scary on Fortified Sanguine Grievous, but it's definitely doable. The Theater of Pain really did not feel that terrible. It's definitely not the same dungeon, like on the same level as a Fortified Sanguine, but I think the Sanguine is definitely doable, even at +16. So we're going to try it on the 16, and then that way, if we fail it, we know what we can do better on the 15, and then we can time the 15. Because the goal, again, is to like try to complete 15s and just get our vault going for at least that. So that is the plan. Awesome. Let's go do Sanguine.